Work more closely with
It's considered a unique democratic exercise. Since May last year, European citizens have been able to have their say on how they think the European project is going. The conference on the future of Europe aims to strengthen the EU in the years and decades to come. At a recent plenary session at the European Parliament in Strasbourg, citizens' representatives also met to share their ideas and thoughts.
It could be better, of course, but I think it has because there's so much not known about the European Union, how it works, who works there, even from our own country. It's not a topic very broadly discussed.
We gave our opinion, gave ideas on what we wanted to improve or stop doing within the European institutions. Afterwards, everyone has their own view, even in the European Union.
Like last time, we will ask you to take the floor.
For more on the conference on the future of Europe, Euronews spoke to the European Commission Vice President, Dubravka Suica.
Followed by a 30 seconds reply.
Vice President Suica, welcome to the program.
Thank you for your invitation.
Are you satisfied with the mobilization of citizens for this conference?
I must admit that I am satisfied because we live in the middle of pandemic and it's not easy to attract citizens to come physically. But since we organize all events both physically and in hybrid format, I can say that I am satisfied, especially because we have, as you know, multilingual digital platform in 24 different European languages, so people can communicate with us via this digital platform since we live in digital age and since one of the priorities of this European Commission is Digital Europe, so this is also very important. So many citizens can communicate, can share their ideas, can comment or can organize different events. So at this moment we have more than 4.5 million European citizens who interacted with us, which I may say that this is enough, but of course it's not we always want to promote our conference on the future of Europe better, and this is also to invite citizens to come to multilingual digital platform and to express their concerns, their hopes, their fears, their ideas, whatever they think about Europe, their Europe, our Europe they want to live and work in.
Which member states are the most involved and which are those who could do better?
I think the most active member states are Germany, France, Belgium. I think that Italy also, I think that the eastern part of Europe could do better. They might not be that informed, but they are also smaller, so when you put this into proportion, then they are doing well. But I think it is important that all of them interact with us, because the reason why we organize this conference on the future of Europe is because we wanted to listen to citizens, because it's not enough to interact with them every 4 or 5 years during elections. So we want to deliberate and to see what do they think.
From this interim report that you have, what do you retain? What do you remember from these concerns, ideas, willingness from the citizens?
For me, what I realized is that most of them are saying that they don't know much about Europe, about European institutions, and that they lack curricula within the school programs to teach children, pupils, students more about Europe and European institutions. They lack this European identity, and this is what I think, but I'm not going to preempt, could be one of the conclusions of this conference. So better knowledge of Europe and to somehow fill this gap which exists between their knowledge and what Europe is doing for them. So there is, we want to make this gap narrow, if possible, between us, policymakers, and citizens.
Do we have an idea of what is the average profile of those who are joining, participating, and willing to forge this conference?
At this moment, so far as I see the results on multilingual digital platform, but it's only interim report, so nothing can be preempted in advance, and I don't want to talk about outcome because I don't want to influence the citizens' ideas, since we want to listen to them. But you can see it on the web page of the digital platform. It's more men than women. It's also better educated people are there, and also those from 19 to 40 years old, which means that they are better digitally literate. So this means that we have to improve all this, and physical contact is always better. But as you know, as we live under these special circumstances of Omicron at the moment, it's not always easy. So this is what we see at the moment, but it doesn't mean that this will be the final result.
How the debates go, some were a bit stormy, I would say. Some participants feel they don't have enough time or not enough, or there are too many topics and they can't say all they want to say.
Maybe some of them claim, but it is very well organized and it is very fair and correct. Everybody has same speaking time, which is also very important. All topics are open. Everybody can say whatever he or she wants. So we are completely open, although divided in different panels, but there is enough space for everyone. Of course, this is, I will say, this is an exercise, and we are now thinking how to make this exercise if I may say permanent, but it hasn't been decided yet, because we think that we have to embed deliberative and participatory democracy within our policy making process in European Union.
You have the resources, but do you have the time?
At the beginning, it was envisaged to last 2 years, as you know, and we couldn't start because it was locked down, as you remember. And then we started last year on Day of Europe, and now it's 1 year period. Why do we stop this year on 9th of May? Many of citizens ask me, because we need another half of our mandate in order to implement what citizens will deliberate and what the conclusions will be. Otherwise, it will be the end of mandate and we wouldn't be able to implement anything. And this is the reason the proper work for us, politicians, starts on 9th of May this year, after we have conclusions from citizens and recommendations, and then we have to start working all three institutions. And this is first time in the history of European Union that three institutions work together on this and that we have a common approach. And there is no voting, so everything should be done in consensus.
Vice President Suica, thank you for answering our questions.
Thank you for inviting me, and I hope that we will have very good conclusions for our European citizens.
Thank you.
Thank you.